Okay, Windows 7 was our top pick for the most anticipated tech of 2009. Even in its beta version, which is the build 7000 or something like that, it's still generating quite a buzz.
That's right, we sat down with Sherwin Loh from Digital Life earlier on today to check out if Windows 7 is shaping up to be the OS Windows Vista should have been.
Alright, Daryl and Bryan here from the bonus stage, and we have with us Sherwin Loh, Digital Life correspondent. Hello. And he's gonna be telling us why Windows 7 doesn't suck. So Sherwin.
Okay, that's a very hard topic to conquer. Okay. But what I have here is the new Windows 7 beta that Microsoft has released. It will be available for download for the next few days. So if you have an old computer you want to try out, I mean, it's actually a very simple interface. If you are a fan of Windows XP, you're going to be a fan of Windows 7. If you didn't like Vista, you should still give Windows 7 a chance because they made a few changes. You won't think that it's a very big change, but it actually affects the way that you use your computer, very simply. So let's take a look at the new taskbar. If you look at the desktop itself, nothing has changed. So the taskbar, right now, they have a few applications that are just there. Like your desktop, your IE Explorer, and your Windows Media Player. Now, as you see, as I highlight it, you see a transparent window that appears. Okay, this actually tells you the number of windows that you have open. So for Explorer, I now actually have 5 windows open. But if you look at it, right, some of the windows are actually tabs. So no matter how many windows you have open, no matter how many tabs you have, Explorer will actually highlight everything. And once you, like, let's say you are searching for a window that you opened like a few hours ago, you're not sure which window it is, you just have to glaze over it, and it will start highlighting the windows on the big pane itself to show you what there is.
Okay, I think this is quite important for us because, like, for us, we do a lot of tabs. I tab a lot.
Yeah.
And then, like, you know, for
and
ease
you
of
get
use
lost,
also,
right?
Yeah.
You know, you don't remember which window you open and what you have on.
The problem is that this preview feature, right, only works with Explorer, right?
I think right now, yeah, it works with Explorer.
It doesn't work with Firefox, it doesn't work with Google Chrome, it doesn't work with any other browser, only Explorer.
Yeah.
That's the problem. So you can tab all you want in Explorer, but if you tab all you want in Firefox, you're still going to be just one Firefox.
So the lesson to take away from here is that you have to tab in Internet Explorer lah.
Which is what Microsoft probably wants you to do anyway, right? And the same goes for your Windows Explorer itself. If you have open Windows, you can just highlight you can have open a video folder, a music folder, a pictures folder, and just search through all your pictures. Another interesting thing is, so let's say I'm going to start. I'm just going to show you the new. Let's see if I can find it. The new WordPad.
Alright! Finally, they got to act together.
Yeah, so for people who don't want to spend money on Microsoft Office or Word, the new WordPad is actually a very stripped down version of Word. Okay. But it still lets you write your documents, save your files. And you can see all the ribbons here. This is very familiar for those who are using Microsoft Office 2007. So it's not just a bare empty sheet of paper where you just can type and do stuff. You can actually do a lot more in terms of fonts, bullet points. So another thing you can do, so let's say you want to type a paper and you want to go online, right? So right now what do? We shift one over here, we shift one over here, and then we start typing and we start doing our research, copy and pasting. Yep. So this is something simple
that's copy and pasting.
There you go. Shh. So this is what Microsoft decided to do, right? You have 2 open windows. Yep. You take one and you just hit it to the left of the screen and it will align itself to the left hand side. You take one, you shift it to the right. Okay, to do it real quick. And it aligns itself to the other half. So you basically have a software that allows you to split your screen into 2 just by knocking stuff left or right. Windows 7 actually allows for touch screen interface. Unfortunately, not a lot of hardware is out there right now, but this enables you. I mean, can you imagine if you're touching something, you just knock it over and it aligns itself perfectly.
As opposed to like us nowadays, like resizing the windows and then moving to one side. And you got to calculate quantum physics, calculate. Okay, it's just nice.
Yeah.
I think you also can maximize your windows if you bring it to the top middle, right?
Yeah, right. So if you want to maximize, you don't want to use your mouse. I mean, you're just assuming that you can use your hand. You knock it to the top and it maximizes by itself. So another interesting thing is that for many of us, when we do work, we have multiple windows. we cough up all kinds of windows, we do all kinds of research. So let's say you want to go back to your desktop, right? You look for the desktop button.
Yep.
Or you take one, and you start shaking it, everything else disappears. Minimize this, and you're back to your desktop. Even something as simple as you try to shut down, right? In Vista, you go to your start, and you have to go to this arrow and look for a shutdown. Right now, shutdown is just right here. Right? So you just have to go to start and you shut down. So it cuts down on the steps that you have to take to get to where you want. So I mean, it's not really something very groundbreaking, right? They didn't put in new stuff to bog down the computer. They just stripped down maybe I think a lot of the baggage that Vista came with, and just gave you an operating system that is very easy to use, and I would say it was rather intuitive. So I think the learning curve for Windows 7 is a lot lower than Windows Vista.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I'm happy.
Okay, so when do you think like multi-touch, your prediction in the future?
Will take over, is it?
Wow.
Yeah, multi-touch will take over. We can just like
Minority
flick
Report.
windows here and there, you know.
I mean, if you talk to Microsoft, even if you ask me, it's really dependent on the hardware people.
Yeah.
You know, right now I think one of the few companies that have done it is the HP. They have that touch smart computer. I think it allows for multi-touch. With 7 coming out later this year, so that you would expect that more hardware boys are going to be looking at multi-touch options. So I don't know if it can work on a laptop, but I think maybe you'll start seeing more desktops being multi-touch enabled.
And we can see how software makes our life easier.
That's right. Okay, you know, speaking of life, easier life, yesterday we were up checking out what Sony Ericsson had to offer. Living large.
Living large. So we should
Take
check
a
it
look.
out. What's up guys, we're here at 1 degree 15 and on a bonus stage, like to live large.
Yep, we just parked our sampan just right over there.
Behind all these yachts
You can't see it because it's like stealth, yo. 3G super fast network.
Okay, so maybe we can tell these guys what are we doing here.
Okay, we're going to check out some new Sony Ericsson phones as well as their new mobile entertainment kiosk. So without further ado, let's go! Okay, Samantha, tell us a bit about the Play Now kiosk.
So basically, this Play Now kiosk, right? How do you work? It's because you need this card. Sorry, can I have your card?
Here you go.
Yeah, this is something like a high card, where it registers your particulars like your phone number, your IC. So whenever you want to make transactions, right, you need not purchase another new card. You can just top up the value inside, be it whatever amount that you want. You can't just use cash to buy, of course. You can buy this or top up your value at any Sony Ericsson exclusive store.
Okay.
So basically what you do is, once you reach this kiosk, you touch your screen and it will prompt for your model number. So let's say if I'm using a Walkman phone, I can either choose to key my model number manually, I choose to find it from the available screen. So let's say I'm using this 595, W595, I just press this. So as you can see, they are categorized by albums, or there are different categories where you can choose. This is a compilation. What do I mean by compilation? As what I have mentioned previously, there's a bundle. For each song, it's $2.99. Let's say if you purchase a bundle for up to 50 songs, it's only $9.99, which is like you're paying for 4 songs money, but you get like 50 songs. So let's say I want to go to movies. I can view the trailer over here first, like to know more about the movie. Okay. Or if I'm lazy to just watch, I can just read the synopsis, like to know roughly what is it about. So let's say I've decided to buy this movie, I can just add this. I press this button, it will go to my shopping cart. When you go to games, similarly you can choose the type of games that you want. Let's say Midnight Pool. So I read already I can just add this to my shopping cart. Now this is in my shopping cart, I check out. So over here is a checkout confirmation list, but something very particular about this is, as we have mentioned, right, the song is DRM free, whereby you can Bluetooth the songs to any other device or even your computer. But for, let's say, games or movies, right, it's DRM locked.
It only works on my phone and no other phone.
Yes, even if you take the memory card out and go to any other Sony Ericsson phones or even the same model, you can't play it at all because the key is stored in the phone memory. It's not stored in the memory card.
Alright, we're here with Tiong Hin, who is the Regional Business Manager.
Hi everyone. Okay, here what we have here is showcasing DLNA. What DLNA is actually Digital Living Network Alliance. This alliance was actually formed and created in 2003, and it's actually a standard adopted by quite a lot, 200 over companies, including Philips, Samsung, Sony, Sharp, Toshiba, etc. And how we can use it is, for example, this song which actually Michelle is playing now is actually content that is sitting in the phone, okay? And how we are transmitting it across wirelessly is via a router which is connected to a DLNA-enabled TV. What we're looking at right now is the directory, okay, of C905. And in the photo library, we are accessing content sitting in this phone right now. And these are pictures taken with a high-resolution camera phone just outside of the premises. And we can do things with it. We can zoom around, we can move around on a large LCD TV.
So this is up to 8.1 megapixels, is it?
Yes, the phone,
Okay.
camera phone.
So let's say if you take a high definition like video, can you play the video here?
Right now it's in the pipeline, but what we can do now is actually to play the music and the pictures, the photos.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So imagine, you're taking pictures on the way back. You don't want to be carrying all these wires with you, and you go back home or you go visit your friend, and you want to show your pictures that you have taken. So you can use this technology, and you can just hook up via the digital media server, which is actually sitting on the phone itself. And you can connect to the network via the router and play the contents on screen.
What about the Play kiosk? Like, let's say the stuff that you get from the Play kiosk.
Yes.
Is there any way you can showcase the stuff on a TV?
Yeah. Excellent question. We download and purchase content via the web and via the kiosk, for example. So that content is sitting where? Inside the phone. Right. So next, once you've downloaded it, hey, I want to play it on a bigger output device, my beautiful LCD TV. Then you use this. You use the DLNA standard to play your materials here.
Alright, enough of the Play kiosk and alliances. Let's take a look at the phones. We start off with the Sony Ericsson C510 CyberShot. This is their most affordable CyberShot to date and introduces the Smile Shutter technology, which basically face recognizes up to 3 faces in the frame and snaps whenever someone smiles. The onboard camera is a 3.2 megapixel and has a slide-in lens cover. It also has auto-rotation and the pre-installed Snapfish, which allows users to send print orders from the phone. It's YouTube enabled, so you can load directly to web, and also features PhotoFix, which adjusts light balance, brightness and contrast simultaneously. This is a pretty decent mid-range phone coming out this quarter, so wait for it if photos and videos are your thing. The other phone is the W508 Walkman. It's customizable with a few changeable style-up covers to choose from and Sense Me and Shake Control. Shake Control and Gesture Control allows you to become your own DJ with just a flick of the wrist. Raise the volume or set the shuffle function by giving your phone a quick shake. Sense Me matches your mood to the music and enables touch keys on top to play, stop and skip tracks. Lastly, they have Track ID with text search to find your favorite song in seconds. Well, that's all the lowdown we have for you from our Sampan. Keep your eyes and ears peeled for more bonus stage growth.
Okay.
Okay, hi!
Hi. Okay, bye. That's all the
Bye.
time we have for you guys. So catch you next week on the bonus stage. Bye.
Bye!